He asked me, he's like, hey, have you heard about this nonprofit called Be Heard? Because it's real interesting. I'm going to donate $40,000 to him.
I got to share my story at VU Church in Miami. When I shared it, I was like, we're hoping for believing God for a mobile laundry trailer. He was like, hey, how much is it? And we want to help. I'm like, there's no way somebody from California whose name I can't Google wants to give me.
Because he's very secretive. That's the reason why I haven't dropped his name.
A few weeks go by, he sends us a check, and I'm like, what in the world? Because him and his family sacrificed during that time to give us a donation, we are now able to provide up to like 60 showers a day.
Whoa, let's get it. Whoa, clear out the room, I'm coming through, they wanna see what I'm about.
And that's the name,
Drill, I'm on a paper route. Extra,
go hook me up? Okay.
Today's trying to tap it. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They trying to block all my blessings.
Hey, welcome back to the People of Oklahoma podcast. And man, I got a special guest on the pod today. I've been following this guy for a couple of years now. And he has a really interesting story, and he's doing some amazing things here in Tulsa. He has a nonprofit called Be Heard. And what this nonprofit does is it gives homeless here in Tulsa showers, haircut, case management, laundry, and a whole lot of other things that we're going to dive into. But I want to go ahead and introduce him. We got Evan Dogood in the house.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Awesome.
boy. Yeah, I kind of butchered your name at the very beginning. What did I say? Good work?
Good work, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
And then you said something interesting when we first started. You said, yeah, it kind of changed because when I was growing up, it was do bad.
It was do bad. I was definitely a bad kid.
Were you?
Yeah, a horrible kid.
Were you?
So I think my teachers now are like, man, I never thought Evan would be doing this. And
what do they think probably you would end up doing?
So I think half of them donate now. So they're like, wow, this kid went from like in school suspension to changing people's lives.
So you were really, you were doing school suspension?
I was bad.
Let's start there. Let's start there. So you didn't grow up in Tulsa?
So no, I'm from Virginia.
Okay, so you're from Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
When did you move to Tulsa?
So end of 2018, early 2019.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So back when you were in Virginia, do you have any stories or anything? Just people understand what a do bad.
Right. Well, so I grew up in Virginia. I grew up in Hampton, Virginia, and then I also lived in Virginia Beach, Virginia as well. So love the beach,
that's why you moved to Oklahoma.
Right. Love the beach, love seafood, love the summer out there. It was beautiful. Actually, my first job was at Busch Gardens, which I don't know if you heard that before, but it's a huge amusement park. And so my first job, I was the person on the microphone saying, who's ready to ride? And I loved it.
Oh, dude.
I would ask for more shifts. I loved that job. It was awesome.
So you're the hype guy for...
I was the hype guy.
For an amusement park.
Yeah, hype people up. People got married on the ride. It was cool. It was cool.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So you did that, and then... what were you kind of into? You said you were do bad. So what did you just got in trouble at school with teachers and
just got trouble in school. Growing up, we played basketball all the time. I played AU basketball. I was actually ranked in the state one time in Virginia growing up, and it was awesome and I loved it. Basketball was kind of my way out, and so in the area of Tulsa Virginia. My parents got divorced.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I moved in with my grandma.
How old were you?
I believe I was 15.
15. Okay.
15. So that really kind of shook my core, shook my life perspective.
Right.
And it hurt, because I went from having birthdays and Christmases with the family to now I'm by myself sleeping on the floor. And so and that really was tough for me. And so actually when I moved in with my grandma, she lived 2 blocks over from Allen Iverson's grandma. Or mom. And so my grandma used to play bingo with his mom. And so it was that area. And so they call the area the bottom, which is not a good area, but it was cool how you got to grow up and everybody knew and pretty much idolized Allen Iverson.
Whoa.
And so it was really cool to kind of be in that kind of shadow.
Yeah. So did Allen ever roll in or roll up?
So he was to my cousins, and so but not to me. I never met him, but I just know that the bingo hall, his mom would be there, and it was pretty cool.
Man, so you were doing all that stuff. Man, I had a question. Were you? Oh, and so you're really involved with Transformation Church, or you do some things with Transformation. Or did you grow up in the church?
So I did. I grew up in the church. And it was awesome. I didn't know kind of what I was doing in the church, but I loved it. Loved being around the community. I had a lot of friends in church. But then also, like, when my parents got divorced, they kind of hurt me as well. Because when my parents got divorced, my cousin was, unfortunately, he was shot and murdered. I was couch surfing a lot, and it just was really hard for me as a teenager to navigate life. And so basketball was kind of, quote unquote, my God at the time and my way out. And so for me, I was ranked in the state. I thought I was a good basketball player.
Yeah.
Got a lot of looks, but I never got no offers, and that really kind of upset me. So as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, I would actually write on a piece of paper every night, Lord, I'm believing God for scholarships. And I was ranked in the state. Teachers had high expectations, but then people who sat the bench behind me got offers, and I did not. And I was just super mad at God. Super mad at God. Didn't understand. I was confused. Like, God, why would you put me through this divorce? And my cousin was murdered, and now I can't get one scholarship. And so I was really just upset with God. But now looking back, it makes sense.
Right.
But at the time, I just was really just hurt I lost my family, lost my friends, and now I don't have a scholarship for basketball. I'm letting people down. And that hurt. That hurt.
So, dude, you were 15, 16. You're almost like homeless, kind of, right? I mean,
you're
couch surfing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, luckily you had some friends and some other family that you could stay with. But okay. So in 2018, how old are you in 2018 when you moved to Tulsa?
I can't remember, but I know that. So I actually went to college in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I was a walk-on at a D3 school. Yeah. Kind of South Philly, and then I left school because my dad was sick here in Tulsa, and my sister kind of scared me. She was like, what if he passes away? And when my parents got divorced, we weren't as close, and so I left school, left my job, left basketball to come to Tulsa, which I did not want to come here. And then I said, I'm gonna be here for a year, get things right with him, then move back.
Okay.
And then so that was 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
And I'm still here. And I'm so glad that I got here. Because like I said earlier, now it makes sense. Makes sense.
Right. So your dad moved here, and so your dad was sick, so you moved here. And so what did you like? So you moved down here. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you just just hanging out, chilling?
So literally, I moved down here and I was chilling. I was working a job, and then I was like, man, I really want to help people, but I didn't know what that was. And so pretty much I learned about it's called Youth Services of Tulsa. They help unhoused youth under 24. Mm-hmm. I worked there. I was the youngest person to work there in my department, and I just fell in love with it. So pretty much I would do outreach, help the youth who were 16, 17, 18, 19 with showers, laundry, housing, and it was a Monday through Friday job.
Right.
So, but I loved it so much, I would on my own time go on Saturdays in the middle of the woods by myself and bring them some snack packs. And I just loved it so much. And I would do that for about, almost a year, and then just kept building that relationship with them and community with them. So.
So you were at the youth services doing all that stuff. And how old are you? Do you think you're around? Because how old are you now?
I'm 28.
You're 28. Okay. So this is, man, dude, I wasn't doing that when I was 24. Well, I was not doing
it wasn't
that.
on purpose. It just was like by proximity, which is pretty cool. Because when I was going to see those youth, one day there was a girl named Ashley. She was 19, and she was just frustrated at life. And I was like, hey, how can I help? And she was like, man, I wish people would walk in my shoes to know how I feel. And I just got a small older broken camera, and I said, hey, I can record your story and see what happens. And she was like, let's do it. Never recorded a video in my life, never done a documentary before. I recorded it. It's still on YouTube to this day. And I asked her, what should we call this documentary series? She wrote on a piece of paper, Be Heard and Be Seen.
No.
So I love the Be Heard name. I said, you know what? Let's name this Be Heard Movement, to move these stories from, at that time we called it from the streets to the sheets. So the stories from the streets to somebody's home to kind of create perspective and proximity. And that's how we got our name, the Be Heard Movement.
Wow. So that's still on, so is that still on YouTube?
Still
is
on
it
YouTube.
Under your guys' account, Be Heard?
Yep.
Man. And so that's a great story.
Yeah, so like I said,
do you know where she's at today? I mean,
she's housed in OKC, and she shook, and I'm shook that this happened.
Yeah.
And so it was never our intention or business plan or like a 5-year plan to make this a nonprofit. It was just like, Ashley, like, you're sharing your story, you're being brave. We want to honor that, and let's call this what you called it, Be Heard. And so, and then we did documentaries. Then we did a homeless cooking show, which was by far my favorite. So pretty much I would pick people up from their camp in the woods, take them to Winco, and then buy ingredients, take it back to their camp and cook it. And then we'll eat on our podcast and just talk about life. Loved it. I want to bring that back, but we just wanted to kind of be creative, just because documentaries to me at that time was kind of old school, traditional.
Yeah.
And how can we share stories that are like, can humanize them truly? And we all love to eat and cook, so let's just see what it does. So
you're doing all this stuff before where you were at today. So you were doing documentaries, you were reaching out, just being more one-on-one, documenting stuff, helping them out with that kind of things. So how many did you get? A lot of subscribers from that, a lot of views, or no, not really?
I think we had like maybe 100 views, so it wasn't like it was. Yeah. It went viral, and we had this upbringing. It was just like we were just being consistent. Yeah. And then now the views have gone up, but at the time we just had no clue. We just wanted to see if we could impact one person in the community.
I didn't even know you guys had a YouTube. How many subscribers do you guys have?
I think like 300.
300? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll try to get that number up. Yeah. Because that's really, really cool. Yeah. Because I watch you guys on like Instagram, and it was kind of cool because it was like maybe, probably 3 or 4 months ago. I knew about you guys, but I hadn't really kept up. And then you guys came across my feed, and I was like, dude, I know those people. And actually, let's talk about how I know you. Because that's a God story, dude. That is a God story. So I'll tell my side, then you tell your side of what's going on. So I get a call from a client that's looking to move here from California. He just wants to get out of California. He wants to move to Oklahoma. He got really involved with this church down here, Transformation Church. And so I'm helping him out. And it's just like he found this house, and I was like, hey, this house is available. And this was during COVID. So it was like really like, you got to put an offer in on it right now. And he's like, no, we have to wait because God hasn't told me that we can buy it yet. And I never met this guy before. So I'm like, okay, this is the first time I ever heard someone that say, we love this house, we're going to buy this house, but God told us that we can't put an offer in on it yet, just yet. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, this house is going to be gone. It's well priced, and so we had to wait. Every couple of days, I call him up. Hey, we ready to put an offer in? He's like, no. I'm like, what the heck? So a couple weeks go by, I get a call from, hey, we're ready. And so we actually got that house for like $20,000 less because it was like, because they were needing to move. It was a relocation deal. So we actually got that house $20,000 less. But during that whole entire process, he asked me, he's like, hey, have you heard about this nonprofit called Be Heard? I'm like, nah, man, I don't even know what you're talking about. Because it's real interesting. I'm going to donate $40,000 to them to help them buy their other trailer because I saw that they needed money to buy a second trailer. And I was like, once again, I just now started talking to this guy. So I didn't know, I was like, all right. And so next day we talked, and he's like, yeah, it was real interesting. I called him up, said, hey, I'm going to donate you $40,000 to help you buy this trailer. And he was kind of like, I don't know about this type of deal. And I think he thought I was trying to scam him. Yeah. And I was like, what? So what happened when you got that call?
So a little background story.
Yeah.
So in when I was doing documentaries, I was doing a survey, and I asked them, what are your top 3 needs? Obviously, one was housing, but the second one was showers and laundry. Yeah. So Transformation Church actually gave us a donation to purchase our first ever shower trailer, which had 2 showers and also a case management room, and it was awesome. And so we use that still to this day. But then I got to share my story at VU Church in Miami. And when I shared it, I was like, we're hoping for believing God for a mobile laundry trailer. And like the next day they emailed me, and your client, and he was like, hey, how much is it? And we want to help. And I'm like, before I get too excited, I'm like, there's no way somebody from California whose name I can't Google wants to give me.
Because he's very secretive. That's the reason why I haven't dropped his name. He's very secretive. I want to respect his privacy.
For sure.
But yeah, because you can't look him up. Because I was doing the same thing. Because I was like, who's this guy coming
Right.
down doing all this stuff? So I was like, man, I don't know about this guy. And he actually worked for like kind of social media companies and things. So
Yeah, huge.
but
And so I hopped on a Zoom call with them, and I believe during this time, his wife was
pregnant,
but she was
Yep.
at the hospital.
Oh,
I think she was about to give birth, or
Yeah.
she already did. And so now I'm on a Zoom call with him and his wife, but he's not with his wife, and his wife's on the Zoom call, and I'm like, is this really like legit? Like, you're gonna give me this big check? I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be optimistic and say yes, they're gonna bless us, but then I want to be realistic. Like, are you sure? So a few weeks go by, he sends us the check, and I'm like, what in the world?
you're like, all right, it's about to
So-
bounce. It's about to bounce. Like,
Right. So I go to the bank, and then I'm wearing like Crocs or something, and then I hand him the check. Oh, hello, Mr. Dogood. I'm like, oh, because I was wearing Crocs, you didn't like say hello to me, but it was hilarious. And then I cashed the check, and then we ordered the laundry trailer, and it's humongous. So this one has 3 showers, 4 washer and dryers, two phone charging stations, and an outdoor TV as well. And it's I think it's like 29 foot long. It's humongous.
Whoa.
It's our most used trailer. And so because him and his family sacrificed during that time to give us a donation, like, we are now able to provide up to like 60 showers a day. And people who haven't showered in 3-4 months can finally get that, can feel water again on their skin, can finally shower, feel like a human again, because if somebody in California heard about Be Heard and wanted to feel such a draw, and then God, blessed that as well. And so I don't take that moment for granted. It's wild. I think me and Robert laugh about it, or me and the client laughs about it every time.
no, it's all right. As long as we don't say his last name. As long as we don't say his last name, it's fine.
And so I think it's just a really cool story of how, God's the provider, and that it was never our plan, but somebody else on the street was hoping and praying for a shower, and it happened through California to Tulsa, and now they get to shower, and it's really beautiful, really beautiful.
Oh, it's. I mean, he's such a great dude, and it was really cool kind of see like the behind the scenes of like all going down, and he's wild, dude, wild. And I didn't know it did all that. I thought it was just a shower. That's legit.
Yeah, you gotta come see it. It's huge. And what's powerful is people like come out the shower crying sometimes, because they're like, man, like, I just haven't felt water on my skin in 3 months. And we've had one person, which this is just,
Yeah, tell me the story from the beginning.
We've had one person who actually truly forgot how to take a shower. So this was like maybe a year and a half ago. We had to like write on the paper, like, press this button, turn the shower knob to the left for hot water, because he truly like, how do I work it? And like, he forgot to take a shower, because it's been, I think it was like 6 months he forgot how to take a shower, or didn't take a shower. And so for us to have these services are so crucial, because me, myself, you, like, we walk 4 to 5 steps to take a shower, and we probably sing or rap in the shower, and we love it. But showering is resets our day, and it helps your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, and it's very important.
Man, because that's something that I think that we don't think about, but we take for granted because I might go, I don't know, a couple days without a shower, right? And I'm like, oh gosh, I feel like I feel gross, like whatever. But some of these people don't take showers for, you said, what was it, months, and just think about how that makes you feel.
And
like,
so,
and it's
we do surveys often, once a month, and somebody survey, they said, I don't feel worthy looking at somebody, in the eye contact. I don't feel worthy. And it's like the shower can help with that, and actually to back it up, to kind of even get to this part of shower on wheels.
Yeah, let's go back to like when so you're doing these documentaries, right?
Yeah.
And you felt like you still need to do something more, so you created these surveys. Am I right on that?
Correct.
Okay. So let's start there. So you create this survey.
Yeah. So, and then majority of people mentioned that they've went up to 3 months without a shower on my surveys. And so I thought, if tacos can be on wheels, so can showers. That was literally the thought. And so we ended up putting showers on wheels. I mean, nice private hotel-like showers on wheels, because we noticed that in our survey, people who are in East Tulsa, so Admiral Sheridan, Admiral Memorial area, there's no showers. So pretty much they have to walk. The nearest shower is a 4 to 5 hour walk back to downtown for a shower. And so I'm like thinking, wow, the shower's not even close if you even wanted a shower.
Yeah, they walk down there and take a shower, and when they're walking back, they're already,
especially with 100-degree heat. Like, it's unrealistic. And so once again, if tacos can be on wheels, so can showers. And that was our dream. Like, how can we provide showers? Let's put it on wheels. And when it happened, when we got the shower trailer, it was really cool because people voiced that was their need, and then when it came to pass, they were really protective over the showers. I mean, They were cleaning it, like running the line for the showers.
So the people that are taking the showers are cleaning the showers after they're done.
Yeah, like when we first started, yeah. And so it's because that's what they wanted, and so they were really protective over the showers. And so we got some funny stories, but I think it's cool how they asked for something and then it happened for them, and this is what they wanted. It's not what Evan assumed. It's not what my good idea. It was their idea, and we honored that idea only because of proximity.
And then what was some of the other things you saw in that initial survey? I mean, showers was number one, right? And
that's it was the reason housing, showers, and laundry.
Okay, so, laundry, and then you didn't start with laundry. You just started with the showers first, and then you asked for the second trailer.
Yes, and so I try to be creative and do haircuts under a tent next to the showers. As you know, Oklahoma's heat is very disrespectful. Yeah, so very disrespectful. So people were taking a shower and come and get a haircut outside in the heat. Like they were gonna cool, edge up, but then they were sweat and their hair would be stuck to their face. I'm like, man, this is a good idea to do haircuts. It's helping, but it's too hot. People look uncomfortable. So I researched how to build a barbershop trailer. So somebody in Tulsa already had a barbershop bus. So I found her on Facebook. I messaged her. I said, hey, how'd you do it?
Right.
Well, I'm actually getting married. I'm about to move, and I'm trying to sell the bus. And so she had a barbershop bus, and said, hey, can I look at it? So we go look at the bus, and we all crying well, this is beautiful. We love it. It's a barbershop bus on wheels. And so, and we said, how much is it? Well, she said $30,000.
Cool.
We a small nonprofit.
Right.
We had $200 in the account probably, and we're like, well, that's awesome. But a month later, United Way gave us a grant to purchase that barbershop bus, and so now I think this is all 2021. So now within less than a year, we went from a camera, a random small storage unit that we couldn't afford on a credit card, to now a shower trailer, a laundry trailer, a barbershop bus, and also a clothing trailer in less than a year.
And what were you doing at this time? Because you just said credit card. So were you still working at Tulsa Youth Services at this time?
I was working at the Mental Health Association as a case manager.
Okay.
And so I would work there. Then when I get off, I would take the trailer out. And so I couldn't do it on my own. And notice how I said all those vehicles, right?
Right.
We don't have no staff, no volunteers. We have more vehicles than staff, and so I had to get friends to help me drive it, and they were awesome to do it for free. And so it was really cool to kind of have an organic approach that people just wanted to help. And so I was working at a full-time job, then also do that, and I was also at one time doing Jimmy John's to be a driver, so I can get some more money to keep doing this.
Wow, dude, that's amazing. Just to do all that. And so you have all these trailers now. And you bought the haircut.
Yes.
So let's go in order. So you have the shower truck, then you got the haircut, and then
so actually I forgot to mention that we need trucks to pull the trailers. And so
I didn't even think of that.
When TC gave us the donation to buy the trailer, it was awesome, but we had no truck. So I just got my car paid off. Thank you, David Ramsey. And so I paid
Dave Ramsey guy?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm a David. I actually got through my credit card and all my debt through COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Snowball effect?
Yeah. Snowball effect. Snowball effect. Snowball effect. That's what we did.
I love that.
Dude, I just DoorDashed, man. I DoorDashed on the weekends, and it was just like, I got to get this debt paid off. So that's what we did.
I love that.
Student loans and everything, man.
So I just paid my car off, but we needed a truck to pull the trailer. And I tried to fundraise. I wasn't really good at that. We raised $2,000 or $3,000 to buy a truck, but that's not really can get you anywhere. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna trade my car in to get a truck, so people can shower. I was really emotional because I went from a 0 payment to now $580 a month payment for a truck, And when I still can't afford that. And so we got the truck. Less than a month before our first payment, another church, Ward Outreach Church, found out what we were doing, invited me on stage and paid off the truck. Yeah, so
they put you on. So how was that? So they just put you on stage, like, hey, we're gonna get this kid, and then everybody just like started donating.
I thought that they were just gonna like, hey, share your story real quick.
Yeah, and then we'll just pass around the plate type thing.
They already had the check ready.
Oh, they already had check ready.
I'm crying on stage. I'm crying a lot in this during COVID, and so like I'm crying, and like once again, less than a year, I would say 6 months. The trailers paid off, the trucks paid off. You know what? I would still be paying on that truck till this day if it wasn't for that church.
What?
And I, it's a hefty payment. And so they paid that off. The bus was paid off by United Way. The trailer, the big laundry one was paid off by, the client. And it just kept happening over and over during COVID through random people.
Wow, dude. So you get all these things ready. You're still working case. So are you now full time?
Yes.
Like, okay,
yes.
Good. Yeah, because that would be a
Mm-hmm.
lot. Yeah. That would be a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. So
oh man. So you have all this stuff now. So you go to tell me what you guys all offer now.
Yeah.
Since you have all these things.
Yeah. So now we provide showers through a shower trailer, laundry through a laundry trailer, haircuts through a barbershop bus, clothing through a clothing trailer. Mobile phone charging stations, mail services, case management. We have a job program now. We have a feeding program as well, and it just kind of keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
And a year ago, we decided to really invest into East Tulsa. Like I mentioned earlier, it's been known as a resource desert where Admiral Sheridan is, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are so many people there who are literally living under bridges who have just will continue to be homeless for years if somebody doesn't step in.
Right.
And so we said, you know what, we're being mobile is great. Going to North Tulsa, South Tulsa, West Tulsa, even OKC has been great. But we said for this next year, let's really invest into the East Side community. And so we moved in. I asked the church, hey, can I build a fence in your back parking lot and just move in? They said yes. And so it was crazy. So Starbucks gave us a grant to build the fence.
Starbucks?
Mm-hmm. Starbucks.
Man, you're a fundraising machine, aren't you?
It's interesting. And so we opened the first ever drop-in center in East Tulsa. So earlier I mentioned that it was a 4 to 5 hour walk to get a shower.
Right.
Now it's, a couple steps to get a shower, case management, therapy, and it's been so impactful. And I think 2 weeks ago we broke our record. We did 63 showers in one day.
63 showers.
Which we see about almost up to 100 people a day. And that's a lot of people on the East Side that didn't have services, didn't have a shower, didn't have hope, didn't have human connection.
Right.
And so we were able to step in and meet that need, and it's been beautiful.
So how many homeless people do we have in Tulsa?
So each year we do a thing called a point in time count, which means all nonprofits and volunteers get together, do kind of like a census. And so the number is it's never right because, it can never be so. But however, the number has increased 26%. And so but my philosophy is I think there's around like 2,500 people to 3,000 people on the streets that are experiencing homelessness. I think that one mentioned it was like 1900.
Okay.
And so people who live in cars are hard to track. People who live, in tunnels are hard to track as well. So that number should be much more higher. But it's increased 26%, which, as being a businessman, if your business increased 26%, that's a good thing. But homelessness increased 26%, it's horrible. And there's kids with families who live in cars who need help. We just need a shower, and it's growing so rapidly, and it's so sad that it is. But there needs to be more assistance, more help, and more partnership.
So I was like I said, I follow you on Instagram, and I was going to ask this question anyway, but I was flipping through your Instagram last night just to kind of get familiar and find out more things about what this nonprofit offers. But there was a voicemail about from a guy, and there's and probably just not him. I bet there's some other people that think this way too. But he basically said like, hey, you need to quit helping these bums. They need to go out and get a job and pull themselves up from their bootstraps. So what do you say to that? Like,
yeah, I think when I heard that, I kind of chuckled. But people, I'm in a season now where like I can't expect somebody to have compassion or see what I see, so I just can't entertain that. But what I really wanted to say is, if people on the street, if they wanted a job and they got an application, the address, what do they put? Or the phone number, like what do they put? They don't have phones.
Right.
So how, as a boss, like how would I call somebody for an interview when they don't have a phone or an address? And I think even not having a shower, would you hire somebody who wasn't showered in 3 months? Like it's very, most likely not. Like it's unrealistic. It might hurt your staff culture. So it's like people who want a job or want to work, it's like unrealistic. And then now that they choose between, man, I got the job at McDonald's, but like I don't know where to put my stuff. And so, you know what? I'm going to go to McDonald's to work, but then I'm going to leave my stuff behind this bush. And then somebody takes their ID or takes their belongings, their only T-shirt or the work T-shirt. And now they're like, I went to work to try to make my life better, and then it made it worse. And so I think having a job and being on the streets is very hard. There's people on our caseload are working right now, but it's so hard. It's so hard to do even a part-time job. And so when we created a job program, it was to help them come to us with lockers to keep their stuff safe, but also get your job confidence back. And that's all it is. But I think working and being on the street is very unrealistic. But it seems from that perspective, it's just get a job, then you fix your situation.
Right.
But
there's probably some other things that you run into, like mental health.
Yeah, a lot.
And then I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a recovering alcoholic, and so I went to rehab back in May of 2020, and I went to a men's Christian rehab down south of Oklahoma City in Purcell, Oklahoma, called Rob's Ranch, and it's a men's Christian-based rehab, and it's a 90-day facility. Like I didn't even know they had 90-day rehabs, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And so it was really, really cool. The only bad thing about, and it's not really a bad thing, but the bad thing about Rob's Ranch is since it is 90 days, insurance doesn't cover it. And so luckily, my mom and dad were able to cover the bill, and get me in there. But that's the thing though, is I had a good support system around me. Addiction's crazy, dude. Addiction is one of the worst diseases to have, because I would have people, no one said this to me, because once again I had a good surrounding, good support system, but I hear people say all the time, either on social media or just friends that don't really know, that like, why can't you just stop? Like it's addiction, like you don't have any willpower, like why can't you just stop? And I'm like, dude, you don't understand. You don't understand. It's like it's so tough. So when I heard about your guys' nonprofit Be Heard, I was like, it's these people probably just don't have a support system. They're out there battling addiction by themselves.
I agree.
And so I think by what you guys offers that little bit of hope, you said, and gives them some sort of support system around them. So do you have any, can you give me a couple of success stories of what you guys have kind of seen, or give me your first one where you knew like this was going to click? When did you figure out like I have to continue doing this?
Yeah. So I would say success for us has been in big and small wins. And so I think when we saw people crying after a shower, I think that was like, yo, we got to keep doing this. Like we had no clue that people were going to be this emotional or even this excited to finally shower, right? Because showering just seems really basic, but to go without for a while and to finally shower, you can see the freshness on people's faces. You can see their mental health improved. You can see their confidence boost, and then you can see sometimes they've called their family. Hey, they check in with their family, because it's been a while, and I think that's been beautiful just because it's the power of a shower. But we've gotten a few people housed as well. So the goal is to kind of get them their own shower, in their own home, and which is very tough here in Tulsa because of the housing crisis for the affordable housing. And so, and for them to go from I'm taking a shower, can I take another one? Can I take another one? To being consistent, and then now they have their own key, their own shower, and then they come back to volunteer. That's been beautiful. That's been so beautiful. And that happens regularly. Yeah. And, sometimes it takes a while. It might take a year, 2 years, or 2 months, but it happens. We had one lady, she was, I think a month ago, she would cut grass. She lived in her truck and she would cut people's grass.
Okay.
And she told us, she came in screaming like, "Today's my last day being homeless. I'm moving in tomorrow." And all she needed was a shower to keep working and get the dirt off her to cut lawns the next day. And we haven't seen her since. And so, but it's a good thing because she's doing so much better. And it once again started with just a shower. It wasn't with us pushing an agenda or trying to build some sort of like plan. It just, hey, let's be consistent with what we can do is being her neighbor and giving her the best shower she can have, and then saying her name and saying, "Hey, you look amazing after your shower. How was it?" Like, let's keep that going.
Being that hype man.
Being
that hype man.
Right.
That came back. That came back to help you.
It
All that
sure
practice
did.
at the amusement park.
It sure did. And then just being somebody's neighbor, regardless of their address, has been powerful just because they deserve it. And they don't get to hear their names being called often. So when we call their name, we take pride in that of knowing their name, knowing their story, and just being their neighbor, and we love it. We do the Cupid shuffle out there, we be dancing, but also I think that's community, and that's one thing that they're lacking is community. And we love how it's just a simple shower with AC and hot and cold water. It's just so powerful.
Man, let's think about this for a second. So that guy that called said you just need to pull your boots, get your boots and pull them up by your bootstraps or whatever that saying is. But how many people has he helped? And then by you offering the shower, how many people have you helped to get out of that? I mean, not to put negative stuff on that guy, but yes, to put negative stuff towards that guy. But it's like there's some people that are going to, just come and get showers and continue to be homeless or be addicts. Yeah, of course. Correct. But for that percentage, if it's small or if it's just that one I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth it for that person. It'd be worth
100%.
it for me if I was listening to this, man, because the algorithm on social media is crazy, dude, right? So like I was looking at your guys' stuff last night and this morning, and then of course the algorithm figures out like, oh, this guy's interested in homeless. And this guy was talking about his church, and he said, we put these benches outside our front of our church, for, guests or whatever, people or members, before they come into church. And they didn't realize how many homeless people would come sleep on their bench. So I was getting ready for him to say like, oh, these homeless people. And he said that was our, that's our calling right now is for homeless. And so what they do is they let them sleep. They go out there, give them a cup of coffee in the morning, have them come in, feed them breakfast. And he said the reason why he initially was thinking to do that is he's like, what's happening if this was my son out here on this bench? Yeah. What's happening if it was my kid out here on this bench? Or what's happening if it was me out on this bench? And he's like, I would want someone to help my son. Yeah. Or help. And then he's like, you know what? We're all sons of God. Yeah. So I got to help this guy because he's my brother. Yeah. And so
I love that.
Yeah.
And that kind of reminded me of a quote that I love. So
I love quotes.
You can impact at a distance, but you can impress at a distance, but you can impact up close. And so it's cool how the pastor was in proximity up close, because impact is never perfect. Like it takes a long time or a short time, but him to be in proximity, to be close, to allow them to sleep there, like that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. And so
say that one more time.
I said you can impress people at a distance, but you can only impact them up close.
Oh, okay. Man, that's good. That's good. I like that. So what are some other stories? Do you have any other stories of because don't you have a guy that works or that was taking showers and then when that actually works for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So was he one of your first people that took a shower? Because it was real early on, because I saw it on social media a long time ago.
Yeah, now he works at Cordoba, and so I haven't seen him. And so that's a good thing you don't see them. But
right.
Yeah, he has a family now. He has his own apartment, and it's been great. It's truly awesome, man, how that happens. And there's a few more other stories as well, and I think a beautiful one to make it full circle is Ashley, who was that 19-year-old in the woods, who was crying, was upset,
who came up with the name Be Heard. Now her DMing us on Instagram often and say like, man, I just love what you're doing, and now she's in OKC. Yeah. And so we did an event I think 2 years ago in OKC, and I didn't know she lived there. She found out about it. She surprised us
she surprised me and came to the outreach, and we was all crying.
Yeah.
Once again, we're crying again.
Yeah, we cry.
And so she's like, yep. I picked the name out. She was so like, yes, like this is something that I did. And it was something she did, right? And she was so proud of that, because when she was homeless, she didn't have access to those things. But now, like, for us to say, for her to be on the other side of being housed, having her own shower, working, doing well, like that's beautiful. And I think you can't make that stuff up. And it's just the power of impact and the power of a shower. So
man, who would have thought? Man, God's amazing, because like she came up with the name Be Heard, and now everyone's hearing it. Everyone's hearing it.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy.
That is nuts. So how does it work? Tell me. So like, all right. So homeless comes to one of your pop-ups, and you guys have the one over there in East Tulsa now.
Correct.
And they just sign up for a shower.
Yeah.
So
they'll come in. They'll check in at our front table, and then they'll sign up for what services they want that day.
Okay.
And so typically everybody wants a shower. Right. And so our shower team is very busy of getting everybody in and out. We deep clean after each shower. Right. To make sure each person has a dignified experience. So new towel. We're sponsored by Shea Moisture and Aveeno for our body wash, and which has been great. So all that's been taken care of. And so our goal is to make it as clean as we can. And then when they come out, hype them up as much as we can. Yeah. And so it's really cool how that happens. So they come take a shower, get their clothes washed, or get new clothes. And lunch is always at noon. And then we have a case manager and a therapist on site to kind of connect. And we invite other local nonprofits to come out to provide services too. So it's from 10 to 4. But we really encourage them to kind of just, during the hot days, to kind of just sit down under the huge awning we have and get some shade and get some water and relax. Don't pass out. Yeah. And so it's a really, really cool vibe. We have music playing. We have Cupid Shuffle plays often. It's always somebody dancing after their shower of the Cupid Shuffle. It's really cool. And we just make it one big community. And we have dog kennels too for dogs in the area. And it's been great.
So with the shower, do you guys have to put a time limit on it or anything like that? Yeah. Or how's that work?
Good question. So
I was just interested on the inner workings.
Each shower is 10 minutes long. We installed shower timers, and so 10 minutes is actually perfect. Yeah. So we went to OKC. We stayed at a church. Our outreach team did, and they had no shower, so we showered in them ourselves. And 10 minutes actually was great. And we didn't have to reset it. So 10-minute showers to kind of keep the flow of the line going. Right. Just because the wait list is so long for a shower, so we try to go through them quick as we can. Right. And so shower timers have been huge help for that.
Yeah, and then I know some people will come out shaved or whatever, but there's a sink in there. I mean, these are really nice. Like, dude, they're nice size showers.
There's also a mirror, which is I think one of the most powerful pieces in the shower, because you walk in, you instantly look at yourself in the mirror and you're dirty. But you take a shower, you come out, you see yourself as clean. And I think when people start to see themselves, make eye contact with themselves as clean, it just does something to their soul, to their confidence, to their mental health, that I think when they come out, which is why they smile or cry, because they're so excited. Because I don't know when they saw their reflection last. And so seeing themselves one way and then getting a shower and seeing themselves as clean is a huge, huge benefit, impact to the shower as well. Maybe the secret sauce of the shower, I don't know.
Yeah, it starts with the shower, and then... So does most of them go get a haircut afterwards, or?
Yes, the haircut list is always popping. So people sign up. We can't get through everybody, but we have barbers that come for a couple hours and they'll do haircuts. But haircuts are really, really, especially during the summer, are like kind of the number one thing people want, because it's hot.
And they're getting clean cuts.
They get designs.
I mean, they're getting designs. I mean, I saw some lady get some diamonds. Yeah, dude, that was sick.
Yeah, we got her. So she is hilarious. So she dances.
Oh, she comes? She
was there today.
And was she?
She picks up trash for us, but she wants people to look at her because to laugh.
Yeah.
She enjoys people laughing at her. So she come out the shower, hit the Dougie, and then one day she said, I want to hit a piñata. And so we actually bought her a piñata.
I saw that too. That was her?
Yeah. So after the shower, we surprised her with a piñata, and she just smacked it, which you saw. And she
just broke it, bro. Broke it one swing. Broke it.
And I was like, well, that wasn't a strong piñata. But it's cool because that just made her day. But she loves to dance after her shower and just to make a scene, and so she's awesome.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great. Yeah. That's great. And so does a lot of people use laundry too?
Yes. Okay. We do about 25 to 30 loads of laundry a day. Okay. Which is a lot. And so we do one load per person.
Okay. Okay. So they can put all the stuff in there, load it. Boom.
Yeah. Which is great because it helps the environment, but also like if you have your favorite blue shirt that you want to keep, you can wash it and you always keep that favorite blue shirt. And
right.
So that happens often. People like have this favorite shirt and they want to keep it.
Yeah, keep it clean and keep it fresh. Man, and this is all, I just now thought about this, and you guys probably already know this, but when they take a shower, they feel good, and then they do some other of these services, they have to stay there for a little bit, especially if they're doing the laundry. So then you're able to connect with them even
That's
more.
key.
Man, I just thought about that.
Yeah, it's like
I just about that.
another secret sauce.
Yeah, so you're able to connect with them and learn their story, and then able to kind of point them in the right direction to get help if they want to receive it.
Yeah.
Because that's the big thing is they had the even with addiction, you know, they have to want it.
Yeah.
You can't
Have
you can lead them to the water, but
Drink.
yeah, they don't take a shower. Oh, what you got? Was that good, Sarah? No, that was dumb. Okay, all right. Don't use that. Don't use that.
That's another T-shirt.
Yeah, another T-shirt. You can lead them to the water, but they can't take a shower. Well, they can take a shower if they want to, but it's just okay. Anyway, but it's real interesting that you do that. So, I mean, how many people have you think that you helped with? I mean, it's probably hard to say, but
Yeah, it's probably been a lot, but I know that, you know, like I said, up to
I mean, all of them. Obviously, you've helped all of them, but how many have you probably seen?
I know we've done, I think, almost 6,000 showers since we first started. But to the amount of people we've helped, you know, I'm not too sure what that number is, but it's probably been a lot.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think a month ago we had to bury one of our friends. They didn't make it through, and I think that's been a hard part as well. Is, you know, you provide somebody a shower, they become your friends, and you see them often. You got a cool handshake with them, and then one day, like, they're not here, and so that's been tough because we have to bury them. And actually, we went to his funeral and never met his family before in my life. I was there. I walked up to the casket, and people were like around the mom, like, you know, how are you? You okay? And she told everybody to move and said, "You come here." And she pointed at me. I'm like, oh Lord. And so she said, "Thank you." Thank you. I've never met his mom.
But he talked about
He talked about it. He talked about how good that shower was. And his mom told everybody to move for me to come here and say thank you. That means a lot about neighbor to neighbor, heart to heart, connection to connection of how well we served him. And it wasn't about there was no agenda attached. It was just, I just want to serve you just cause.
Yeah.
And his mom was crying, and for her to say that meant so much to me. And that encouraged me to keep going, even though that we know some people that we serve today may not be alive during the winter, and that sucks, but we want to try our best to kind of prevent that. But if all we can do is build community and give them a shower, then we're going to do that well. And to kind of see that full circle moment of, you know, him in a casket, and we saw him like that day, and when it happened, when he passed away, and then him to see him not alive no more, is like, you know, we got to keep doing this thing because we got to make this not happen anymore. And so
so you said keep doing this thing. How many people, if you don't mind me asking, how many people are full time now with Be Heard?
4.
You got 4 full timers, and then how many volunteers do you have?
We have a lot, but we have 7 part time, and then consistent volunteers are probably around, I would say 7 to 12 each week. But I think a total this year has been 717 volunteers this year already.
Wow. So what's your vision going forward?
Yeah. So great question. So
I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm kind of chuckling because if somebody would have asked me this question 5 years ago, I'd be like, I don't know, like showers. But now it just keeps happening so fast, and so I do know that I want to kind of duplicate this model and take it to OKC and other cities as well. But I do want to get to a place where we have our own housing, have a huge maybe shelter, and our own huge job program and things like that, and take this what Be Heard has done and kind of branch it off as well.
But you're always going to keep part of it mobile, right?
Always.
Because I think that's what makes really the difference between like you guys and like a normal shelter, which a normal shelter is great,
right?
Awesome,
right?
But you guys go to them,
yeah.
You guys meet them where they're at.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. And also you guys do other things for the community too. Like you guys were just out at Claremore.
Yeah. That was
Claremore guy. Oh,
man, that was tough.
I never drove out there. My mom and dad are part of the Oklahoma Baptist disaster relief.
Really?
Yeah. My mom and dad do that. So they went down to New Orleans for some stuff. It's amazing to hear some of their stories and how they're able to, go and help people and just be that blessing for them.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, they're out in Claremore doing that. And so, but you guys were out there too.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty about being mobile is because, when that tornado hit, it was devastating. And as we were driving through, I think the truck we were in, we got quiet because it was like people's homes are like people are camping on their lawn because their home is gone, and so seeing businesses torn down, that was hard to see, and people just wanted to shower, and I'm grateful that we had the mobile operation to do so. And when we were there, kids were taking a shower and parents were taking a shower, and it's like, man, this is devastating, but I'm glad that we could help in that Claremore situation as well, because once again, there's so much power just in the shower.
Yeah. Yeah. So did a lot of people take advantage of that in Claremore?
Yeah. It was a great day. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So Oklahoma City is on the horizon. That's what you guys are wanting to do now. And so if people wanted to help out or reach out to you, you guys have an Instagram. What's the Instagram?
BeHeard.MVMT for movement.
Okay. And then you guys have a website?
Yeah. BeHeardMovement.org.
Okay. Cool. So how much does it cost for someone to take a shower? Do you guys have a cost?
Yeah, so it's you can sponsor a shower for $10 a month.
Yeah.
So it helps with propane costs, which is very expensive. Gas for the generator, towels and water as well. So around $10.
Yeah, sweet. So is there anything else you want to kind of share or anything that we didn't touch on that you?
No, I think we touched on most of it.
Yeah,
It's been great.
So if they want to donate to you, they have this thing where it's $10 a month. So basically, it's like a reoccurring. They give $10 to be heard.
Yes,
and that's just on a monthly.
Yes, I think that's just one Starbucks drink, right? I'm not too sure.
Oh,
so,
dude,
one Starbucks drink a month or whatever. So
dude, the inflation, man, just
it's crazy.
Dude, I went to a burger spot because I do burger reviews and stuff. Man, I went to a burger spot and spent like $17 just on a burger, a French fry, and a drink. It's crazy.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's your favorite burger?
Oh shoot.
I don't know if you can.
Oh, I can do it. Overall, all Oklahoma? Okay, you want all? So right now there's this place in Oklahoma City called Nick's Grill.
Nick's Grill.
Yep. And it's a little shack, and you gotta get there early because it packs out. It's called Nick's Grill, Oklahoma City. It's a onion burger. And the difference between Oklahoma City and Tulsa is the way that they dice their onions. So on the east side of Oklahoma, we do diced onions in our onion burgers. On the west side, they do like onion strings. And so they'll grill those up, put them on the burger. It was fantastic.
Really?
Yep. Nick's Grill.
Okay.
But if you're here in the Tulsa area, there's a lot of great burger spots, depending on what type of burger you like. But I'm more of a specialty type of burger. And so there's a place in Owasso called OMG Lounge. Yeah, OMG Lounge. And like I said, I'm more of a specialty type of burger, put all the fixings on it and, like weird stuff. But yeah, if you want a good old fashioned, American style burger, you can go to Hank's or Ted's or Arnold's. But
sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, we got to go do a burger video together.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah, we'll go do that.
And have you been to LaRue's? No, the road?
No, I want to go there.
So they give us free food, for outreach every Thursday. And
really?
So they are awesome, and it's addicting. So I love that spot.
I'm connected with a lot of food places.
Ooh, yeah, good point.
We'll do something. Actually, I want to come out and volunteer.
Yeah.
So what's the best way that someone can come and reach out to you to volunteer?
Yeah. So Instagram DM or our website BeHeardMovement.org. You can sign up to volunteer, do orientation, and then schedule your shift.
I know, said we're done, but we're not done yet. What are some things that people can volunteer for?
So help us clean showers, or we need barbers and stylists really, really bad. And or help us pass out food, pass out clothes, or help us sort snack packs and things like that. And so,
after talking to me, what do you think I would be good at volunteing with?
I think you're well versed.
I'm well versed. Okay.
I think.
Don't give me no clippers,
the energy.
No, don't give me no
well,
clippers.
Not that.
I'm gonna mess someone's hair up.
I've done 2 haircuts in my time.
Oh, have you?
I'm very proud of those haircuts. They haven't come back to me, but I'm very proud of those haircuts.
They come
to
in,
this day.
They come in. Who's giving haircuts? Oh, Evan. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good today.
I'm sick.
I'm sick. I'll just hit the shower and leave.
But I would also say that we have a podcast called Beyond the Shower.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the podcast. So what's that podcast about?
So it's about people trying to get stories not just from the shower, but kind of through a podcast. And so pretty much people take a shower with us, they'll come out and then hop on a podcast with us and share their story of how outreach is, how Be Heard is, and how life is. And so it's been just another way to kind of get their voice heard as well through another avenue.
And so they just kind of talk about their story of like whatever they want to talk about, type of deal. And have you guys started that?
Yes, we're on episode 4.
Oh, okay.
So it's
cool.
It's been cool. We're learning, but it's been great. And then Nate, who's our social media guy, we're doing a this is unreleased, so it's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, give me
we're
that
doing
info.
our first ever, I think end of September, our mini documentary series. And so it's a 30-minute documentary about people who've come to Be Heard. We follow them around, like go to the camp and get the real life of homelessness, and also include Be Heard. And then we're gonna do a premiere night, and then we're gonna bring people in to kind of learn about homelessness, learn about people's stories, and just celebrate.
Where are you gonna have the premiere at?
So we don't know yet. We're trying to find a cool venue.
You need to go reach out to that Circle Cinema over
that'd be
there
crazy,
in Kendall Whittier.
Circle Cinema. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a contact or?
No, I can get one.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Whatever you
I
need.
think that'd be
I'll
great.
call people. I knock on doors. I'm not afraid. The worst thing they can tell me is no, and then they'll just regret it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I got some contacts in Oklahoma City for some theaters, but nothing here in Tulsa. But I can figure something out.
Sweet.
I'll help you with that.
Sweet.
I'll help you with that.
Cool.
So, but man, hey, thank you so much for coming on. Like I said, if you want to reach out to them, Instagram, and then also their website at
BeHeardMovement.org.
BeHeardMovement.org.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, man, for coming on, brother.
Appreciate you.
All right, we'll do our 2 exits real quick. I know. I went 15 minutes over with them for the last 2 podcasts. So I was trying to stay within the parameters. All right, ready? I was about to say good work. It's not good work.
At this point, no, do good.
Do good. Do good. Do good. Do good. Evan, do good. All right. Hey, thank you so much for watching this episode with Evan Dogood of the Be Heard movement of... No, that's not right. Be Heard.
You had it.
Be Heard movement?
Yeah, Be Heard movement. Or Be Heard, either or.
Be Heard. Be Heard. Be Heard movement. Be Heard movement.
Yeah, Evan Dogood with Be Heard.
Be Heard.
Be Heard movement of Be Heard.
Be Heard. Be Heard. Be Heard. Yeah. Do good. Okay. Here we go. Hey, thank you so much for watching this episode with Evan Dogood with Be Heard. If you liked this episode and want to watch more episodes of the People of Oklahoma podcast, you can click this link right here and it'll take you to the next episode. And then we'll do clips. Hey, thank you so much for watching that clip with Evan. Hey, thank you so much for watching this clip. Okay. Hey, thank you so much for watching this clip with Evan Be Good with the Be Heard movement of what you know, gonna get it. All right, here we go. Hey, thank you so much for watching this clip with Evan Dogood with Be Heard. If you like this clip and want to watch another clip from that episode, you can click this link right here and you can see it. Thanks for watching. Good. Woo. Did it.
You did it, man.
Did it.
Appreciate it.
Let me get a couple of clips real quick off my